And this is all Blake. Like I said, Blake was involved in all aspects of this production, and she is also a marketing genius. Her and Ryan together are something else. But this was all Blake, and she knew that the song would work, and she got Taylor to do it, and I was just had nothing to do with it. I was just so grateful that Taylor agreed. And
Dream team. The soundtrack is amazing, like 10 out of 10.
Cakes always have a little bit of a sense of humor. For my baby, I just did a giant set of which I feel like will haunt him for life. But what do they want at 1? Like, he can't declare what he wants.
Yeah. What he wants
Really?
at 1. Yeah.
I'll show you a picture after. They're pretty
Oh, I
amazing.
need to see
of the cake,
that.
not of mine.
Of your
Also
food.
amazing. Though.
Well, but I
You know, you have to stop saying that you're going to move to Canada whenever you're mad at something in the U.S. As a Canadian, I'm sorry, but no, you can't. I know we're friendly, but Canada's not your safe house. I mean, we barely let Canadians into Canada anymore, so please, pick somewhere else. I hear Finland is really lovely this time of year.
Blake and Ryan? Oh, baby. They still making folks real money and stay booked and marketable. Their team got skin in the game, making sure they stay looking squeaky clean in them headlines. And it ain't just Leslie Sloan pulling strings. WME, that big dog agency, is deep in this too. And remember when I spilled that lil tea? Folks been whispering for years that WME be out here playing dirty, using bots, mass flagging, reporting folks left and right. And Chili, word is they boostin' them follower counts like it's Black Friday. 'Cause best believe, in this clout-chasing era, production houses stay hirin' based on who's poppin' online. And boo, did I mention folks been shook to speak up about WME? 'Cause let's be real, they got that kind of power to blacklist folks real quiet and shut doors in Hollywood like it's nothing. So now Judd Wallace done pulled up with receipts. He filed them docs he gave Blake, and then Blake hit him with an omnibus motion to Capel just last week, dropping all this tea from different folks. And baby, the way she movin', she low-key making folks tussle just to keep them docs sealed. But not everything's hush-hush. So yeah, some of that info gotta come out in the open, no blackout. Judd just slid the court a little letter too, asking they keep his bank info, number, emails, socials, the personal stuff, under wraps. Then boom, they went and dropped the whole exhibit Blake had filed straight into the court docket, front and center. And what got me side-eyeing? Just last week, Blake was out here crying foul in a motion to strike like, y'all only doing this so folks gotta fight to keep stuff sealed. But sis, your own omnibus motion got folks doing exactly that, fighting for their lives trying to keep things under wraps. Now in Judd's latest production, baby, there's a whole text thread sitting in there, along with answers to them interrogatories. And let me tell you, this thread, from late January to February, right when the block was hot. We talking lawsuits dropping, Justin's career spiraling, and folks pointing fingers at Melissa, Nathan, the whole crew for that alleged smear campaign. And them messages? Phew, Brianna Koslow, Brian Friedman, Dervla, Jamie Heath, Jason Sunshine, Jen Abel, one of the Lawrences, Matt or Michael, and Mitra, who's an attorney, all in the mix. I think Michael's one of their attorneys to MIT, Toskovich, Melissa Nathan, Rosa, Riley Long, Spencer, Summer Benson, and Teresa Legal. Okay, so there's some attorneys on here, and Jed put this into the documents. Okay, and Nathan, Melissa sent a message and says, why is the entire website deleted? And then Rosa said also access removed. I'm assuming for security reasons, doc is hopefully downloaded somewhere. And then MIT's doc, Toskovich, says, are we talking about the Google Doc or website? I have made a new Google Doc. The one Rosa started wasn't saving. And I believe the website was scrubbed because all the info would need uploaded again anyway. And Rosa said the Google Doc. And then MIT's wrote, yes, new Google Doc is with Jamie and Justin for review. And then we'll pass off to the rest. Mel, Jen, Legal, and then Rosa. So boom, they was planning a whole website to spill all of the so-called evidence. And it sounded like they were gonna drop it in a Google Doc too. But clearly, that didn't happen. 'Cause when the site finally went live, baby, it was dry. Just lawsuit info, the amended complaint, and Exhibit A. Rosa was like, okay, great, thanks. But then came back like, hi, nah, nothing is live yet, not even in staging. She said they were just talking about that timeline doc they'd been working on, basically a play-by-play of all the mess. That's the same document she was supposedly trying to get from Rosa. But Sis already got it from Judd. What's she playing at? Rosa's with Skyline Agency, BTW. But then, on February 22nd, a whole thread pops off. It's them watching and passing around social media posts. One was a video Jamie dropped of Zach Peter running his mouth about an HR complaint, saying none were ever filed. And Judd? He was like, "Phew, I love me some Zach Peter." Jed Wallace goes, "Also, a nice breakdown here. Hope everybody's having a beautiful family night." Now mind you, this was right around the time them 3 HR complaints got leaked. Remember that drama? Folks were out here trying to figure out if they were real or just made up fluff. And child, I just read them today, and let me tell you, they are giving fake, fake, fake. So the irony of all this coming up in these texts? Phew. Anyway, someone tells Jed, "Thanks for keeping me on track with all this, Jed. I appreciate you." So he was basically feeding them clips of what folks was saying online, which sounds like he was just watching from the sidelines, right? But then Jed says, "Same here. The forensic guys put it all in the reports, but some stuff I just enjoy more than others." It's given I'm not involved, but we see you, sir. So apparently, Wayfair out here keeping tabs on what folks are saying online. Makes sense, right? Because if you trying to prove it's all organic, best believe you watching every lil post like a hawk. Then Justin drops a link to a Hollywood Reporter article, the one Blake went off on, calling it sexist, screaming David versus Goliath, and bringing up the Baha'i faith. It had some wild parts, sure, but it wasn't all that harsh. Definitely softer than some of the other hit pieces. Then Melissa Nathan reacts like, "Oh my god," and Jed Wallace chimes in with, "Beavers B does a B, domestic alone," whatever that means. And then Justin drops this, "Jen and Melissa, this was just sent to Travis's agent," meaning Travis Van Winkle. It's a doc request from some London-based producer at Optimum, who's flexing that they're Emmy and BAFTA winners. Apparently, they making a 3-part docuseries on Blake and Justin's whole messy beef for a global streaming platform. Woo. This whole project? It's following the same blueprint as them deep dive docuseries they did for Discovering HBO. You know, the ones where they go all in on high-profile celeb trials. The first episode's supposed to break down all the leaks, articles, lawsuits, and drama that led up to the libel trials. So the producer hits up Travis Van Winkle's People Talking About. Since he's known Justin for over 20 years and even popped up on his Man Up podcast, maybe he can speak on what Justin's really like. Real smooth with it. They want to keep the convo on the low, background only, trying to finesse Travis into doing an interview. The producer's name? Maya Adelia. Then Ahmed hops in like, "She emailed me too." Same pitch. Mitra jumps in with the casual flex like, "Oh, I've worked with them before. They did that Discovery doc on Johnny Depp. I was in that one." Then she's like, "Another British production company hit up ITN. They're doing a 1-hour piece too, not sure which streamer." Meanwhile, they just pass in clips like snacks, Zach again, and then something else they're all sharing.
Drop your thoughts in the comments below. Let's talk about it. If you're feeling the vibe, hit that like button. And if you're new to the fam, make sure you smash that subscribe button. Don't forget to hit that notification bell so you're the first to know when we drop the latest and greatest. Thanks for tuning in.